Hi, I'm standing in the nature study woods of New Rochelle, and I'm in a small beech grove. You know this is a beech tree because of its very smooth skin, and people like to carve their initials in it. As I look up, I want to show you a phenomenon we've been seeing here lately, a mystery. Do you see those dark stripes in the leaf? And some are a little withered, curled at the edges. I call it the zebra pattern. That's caused by a nematode, a microscopic worm that lives inside the leaves. We call this beech leaf disease. The nematode is suspected to be from Japan. It was first discovered here in New York about 2 years ago. And now we're seeing it all up and down from New York to Maine. And beech trees are dying as a result. A small sapling like this one here, this one could die within 2 years, and a larger tree like this possibly 100-year-old tree behind me will die in about 5 to 7 years. The mystery is we don't know how the worm is spreading, the nematode. It requires water to live. We don't know how it's getting from tree to tree or park to park. Some people suspect it's being carried by a mite, a very small insect, possibly maybe traveling on the wings of birds. But we don't know. So I'm partnering with a professor from Iona College, Dr. Christina Andruk, to try to solve the mystery, but also try to understand what we're losing in these forests. As the leaves die, beeches tend to grow in clumps or groves, and they represent a huge part of our ecosystem because in this area of New York, the climax community is a maple beech oak forest. So when we lose the beech trees, there's going to be a great loss of habitat here. So I'm trying to help the city of New Rochelle figure out what would be a good replacement for these trees so we can mitigate the loss and start planning for their deaths now by replanting new trees. We need to figure out species that are climate resilient, pest resistant, and can grow quickly. And we'll replace all these trees. So I'm working with some students to do a tree survey, and we're just to understand the makeup of the forest. And then on top of that, we're also surveying all the beeches to see what state of disease they have. And the professor is sampling leaves and taking them back to the lab to look for the nematode and mites. So it's a huge problem, one of the biggest ecological stressors facing our ecosystem at this moment. And it's something that not a lot of people know about. So I just wanted to share this with you, and something for us to think about during the school year as I'm doing my research with my community. I want you to be on the lookout for it in your community, and it's something you can alert the DEC to, tell other people about, and we need to start planning for a future that may not have beech trees. But maybe more hopeful, we'll find out what's causing the disease. Right now there's no known treatments, but if we can understand maybe the nematode better, the life cycle, how it's spreading, that might give us a clue as to how to best treat and save these trees.